If you are assigned the student advisor role, your program will associate you with individual students. Click on Advisees from your dashboard or hamburger menu to see the advisees assigned to you. The system will only show you students you have been associated with. Before we continue, we would like to provide a disclaimer. All of the student information displayed in this tutorial is created at random and is not real student information. We included this random information for educational purposes only, and we are not compromising any real individuals. Feel free to use the search and filter options to find a specific student. Once you do, click on the student's name. At the top of the page, you will see the student's name and other general information about the student. You will also see the tags that you, another faculty member, or program administrator has associated with the student. You can edit these tags using the plus icon. When you click on the plus icon, a small window will open for you to select from. Tags already added or associated with the student will appear here. You can select or deselect tags using the corresponding checkboxes. You can add new tags by clicking the Add button. If you would like to edit existing tags, click on the pencil icon. You can then edit the color and name of the tag. When entering a student profile, the system will take you to the Academic Information tab, where you can edit some of their general information. Be sure to save after making the necessary changes. You can view the student's cohort information, program requirements, associated staff and faculty, and the status of any assigned attestations. Some of the sections like associating staff and faculty are view-only, and you will not have access to make changes. There are some places where you can edit or enter information. To edit the status information of a student, click on the pencil icon. A drawer will open for you to make the necessary changes. Once you are finished, be sure to click Save. You can also add or edit any notes assigned to the student. There will be a section for notes which are viewable by the student, and a section for notes which are for internal use only. If you would like to add a note, click on the plus icon, enter the information, and save it. If you would like to edit any notes, click on the pencil icon to the right of the note. This will allow you to make edits. If you would like to delete any notes, click on the vertical ellipsis and then click Delete. The Profile Information tab will show you the student's profile, which is shared with clinical partners. The Profile tab houses information such as the student's contact information, demographic information, address, summary information, areas of professional interest, resume, educational history, work experience, memberships, licensure, and skills and accomplishments. All of this information should be filled by the student, but you can add or edit any information if you would like to do so. You can use the pencil icons to make any edits, and the plus icons to add new information. Within the Compliance tab, you can view the status of each of the student's compliance documents. Student advisors are not given the ability to review advisees' compliance documents, therefore this section is view-only and will not allow for any editing. Within the Communications tab, you can log any notable communications you have with the student. You can also view communications between the placement faculty and the student. Each communication entry will have its own card. Within each card, you can view the title, description, follow-up information, and any uploaded documentation. You can also see who conducted the communication, the date of the communication, and the date the communication was logged. Please note that if a scheduled follow-up date has passed without any update to the communication, this date will appear in red text. If you would like to add a communication, click on the plus icon. You can then provide the relevant information such as the person who initiated the contact with the student, the mode of communication, the date, subject, and description of the encounter. You may want to upload a supporting document as well. If so, please check the supported file types and size limits and click on the Browse to Upload button. You can then select the desired document for upload. You are also able to provide follow-up information here. If you plan to conduct a follow-up, populate the plan date in the follow-up section. If the follow-up has already been conducted, enter the actual follow-up date as well. Lastly, describe the follow-up. You are now ready to save this communication. To edit any entry, click on the pencil icon. You can then make changes to the entry. Save once you are finished. If you would like to delete any previous entries, click on the vertical ellipses and then select Delete. In the Interventions tab, you can log interventions for when the student is not behaving appropriately. You can view any previously entered interventions here. There will be sections for open interventions and closed interventions. Open interventions are those which are currently ongoing. Closed interventions are those that have been resolved. Click on the Expand button to view the list of interventions. On the left-hand side, you can view the subject, details, date added, and date of the intervention. On the right, there will be a small box containing any follow-up information. If there is a follow-up planned for a specific date, that date will be populated here. If the planned follow-up date has since passed, the text displaying the date will appear in red. If you would like to edit any previously entered interventions, click on the pencil icon. If you would like to delete a previously entered entry, you can use the vertical ellipses to select Delete. To add an intervention entry, click on the plus icon. You can then provide the relevant information such as the person who initiated the contact with the student, the method of contact, the date, subject, and description of the encounter. You will also indicate the course, rotation, and site of the student's placement. You may want to upload a supporting document as well. If so, please check the supported file types and size limits and click on the Browse to Upload button. You can then select the desired document for upload. Then indicate whether this intervention is still open, or if it is closed. You are also able to provide follow-up information here. Click the plus icon to add a follow-up. You can add multiple follow-ups to an intervention. First, populate the date you plan to conduct the intervention. If the follow-up has already been conducted, enter the actual follow-up date as well. To delete a follow-up entry, you can use the trash bin icon here. Lastly, provide a description for the follow-up intervention. You are now ready to save this entry. Within the Clinical Coursework tab, you will see all the placements for the student. Click on the location name to enter the location page, displaying all of this location's details. Click on View Additional Details to view information such as the supervising clinician associated with the student, associated placement faculty, and the overall status of their learning activities. If a student's placement is non-consecutive, click on the calendar icon here to view the specific dates of the student's placement. The Learning Activities tab allows you to view the information of specific learning activities for the student's placements. Advisors typically do not review learning activities, so most of the learning activities section will be in view mode only. The types of learning activities available are forms or evaluations, patient logs, timesheets, and time off. First, select Forms or Evaluations. You will see a list of the courses with the forms or evaluations activated. You can click on the placement name to expand the list of forms and evaluations available. Forms or evaluations can be assigned statuses such as pending review, reviewed, or in progress. Click on the status to view the contents of that form or evaluation. The Update button will be grayed out unless the program administrator provides you access to edit it. If you are provided access, you may need to select the status from the right-hand side and update it. You may need to fill some of the fields if you are indicated to do so and also provide comments for the student. Now click on the Patient Log tab. Here you can view all of the patient log entries for each of the student's clinical placements. You can use the search box to type in a course name, or you can use the filter options here to view specific courses. In the table, you will see the course name, placement details, total number of logs, and the logs sorted by status. Yellow represents pending review, red represents needs attention, and green represents approved. Click on a status to view the logs of that specific status. When you select a log, a window will appear with the entered log information. Please note that student advisors cannot review patient log information. Next, click on the Timesheet tab. Here you can view each of the timesheet entries for the student's placements. Please note that as a clinical advisor, you do not have the ability to review timesheet entries. You will see a list of courses in which the student has been placed, their placement details, and their timesheet hours categorized by status. You can use the search box to type in a course name, or you can use the filter options here to view specific courses. The student's total number of hours across courses will be displayed at the top of the table, and this will also be categorized by the submission status. to view the hours with respect to a course and specific status, click on one of the statuses to view the details. It is possible to view the timesheet entries entered between specific dates. To do this, click on the calendar icons and select a start date and an end date. If you would like to see entries of different statuses, click on the status drop-down menu and make your selections. Lastly, we will go over the Time Off tab. In the Time Off tab, you will see a list of courses that have the Time Off learning activity activated. You can use the search box to type in a course name, or you can use the filter options here to view specific courses. Please note that a course will only appear when the student has submitted time off entries. On the right-hand side of this table, you will see the time off entries submitted for a course, categorized by status. Click on one of the statuses to view the time off entries for that specific status. Just like the previous sections, you will not have the ability to review time off entries. It is possible to view the entries entered between specific dates. To do this, click on the calendar icons and select a start date and an end date. If you would like to see entries of different statuses, click on the status drop-down menu and make your selections. Thank you for watching our Viewing Advisees Profiles guide. Please take the time to check out our other helpful user guides, uploaded to the Exxat channel.